Hi, I'm Peter Yates, and I'm going to show how you can put together an arpeggione, or bowed guitar, using a simple conversion from a quarter-sized cello. This is a quarter-sized cello body, and if you look at the back of the neck, you can see that the original scroll has been trimmed and flattened in order to accept a fingerboard that extends a little longer than before and is of course wider to accommodate 6 strings instead of 4. The new headstock is made of plywood. It's a little stumpy looking just to make it fit into this original case that came with the instrument. That's why it has that kind of dwarfish look. And it's got on there regular guitar tuners. Set up, of course, 6 strings. To accommodate the 6 strings on the back, you can see that the original neck has been lined with pieces of wood that are screwed on and extended the full length of the fingerboard for the width of 6 strings. The overall sounding length of this is, let me check, 585 millimeters of scale length. That's about the same as a standard guitar, capoed up about fret 2, I believe. It's shorter than a regular guitar length. And it works well with strings. Lately I've been using synthetic strings for bass viol, medium gauge, except for the 3rd string, which seems to need to be a heavy gauge. The bridge itself, of course, has to be adapted to 6 strings, so this was a tenor viol bridge that I cut and adapted for this. The tailpiece, you can see, was originally for 4 strings. I've put an extender on there that adapts it to 6, otherwise it's normal. And for the end pin, this instrument will be sitting too high for a regular end pin, so I've extended this one with a bit of bamboo to add some extra length. This, it depends on the player, but this I tuck into my shoe and play. Holds it securely. And then the issue becomes what to use as a bow. This is a 3/4 size viola bow, whose length is about 690 millimeters, weighs about 70 grams, and this is a good compromise. With 6 strings, a bow will tend to be either too heavy or too light for certain strings, so this is a mid-range solution to that. Otherwise, what do we have here? Oh, for the fret wires themselves, these are actually lengths of, I think it's 24 gauge monofilament electrical wire. So they have a rubber coating that keeps the strings from fraying, and in this case I have tucked them into holes along the side of the neck that I drilled so that they can be tucked in there and kept relatively stable. There's other ways to go. You could actually put real frets on there, but this is a little bit like the tied frets of a bass viol or gamba, but I don't have any obstruction on the back the way they do, where they're tied all the way around. So this gives you an idea. Of course, you have to cut a special nut for the strings at the headstock. Otherwise, you're pretty good to go. Once you know what you're doing, it takes just a couple of days to get up and running, and you have your bowed guitar.